Should I tell my boyfriend I cheated this weekend? I cheated on my long-distance boyfriend this weekend. We've been dating for a year and a half, but I haven't seen him since June as we both had to move back to our home countries when school ended. This weekend, I went on a trip with my best friend, and one night, I had a few too many and went home with a guy I met at the bar. It was an impulsive decision, and I regretted it immediately. I have issues with impulsivity and emotional regulation, and after he was being very clingy and controlling this weekend, demanding that I tell him everything I'm doing, showing him what I'm wearing, who I'm with, etc., I kind of got in a headspace where I didn't care about anything but what would make me feel good in the moment. No consequences or anything considered. My mental health issues are obviously not an excuse. I'm not trying to justify what I did because there's no justification. The guy I met meant nothing to me. I wasn't really attracted to him. I had no interest in ever seeing him again. I didn't even learn his name. All I wanted was to feel wanted, to see that someone who didn't know me was attracted to me. So I spent the night with him and left right after. My question is, should I tell my boyfriend this? I know I would want to know, but at the same time, I'm afraid telling him causes him more pain. This could just be more unnecessary pain for him to endure, as the chances of him ever finding out are minimal. But then I think, what if I'm convincing myself to not tell him for my own selfish reasons? Like I don't want to own up to what I did. Obviously, he deserves to have all the information so that he can decide if he wants this relationship and to still be with me, but he doesn't deserve to suffer from my horrible actions. I'm very torn on what to do. If I could take it back, I would, but I can't, and now I have to figure out what the best thing to do is. I can't just break up with him for no reason. He will blame himself, and that isn't fair. We've had a lot of issues these last few months, and I've felt very alone and without any emotional support. But if I were to break up now, he would most likely solely blame himself, when a part of the reason I would be doing it is because of my own guilt and horrible actions. But if I don't say anything and we don't break up, I would be lying to him, which also would not be fair. Obviously, there's no good way to keep this relationship going. I either would hurt him with the truth or lie to him. But which is best? There's a lot of trust that goes into a long-distance relationship. Both parties are depending on the other person to be honest and faithful, and the lady in this story was definitely not faithful. It's as if she took her entire relationship and just put it on the shelf and said, I'll look at you later. Not telling her boyfriend about this now is only going to ruin future plans for them. It's better to get it out of the way now and tell him exactly what happened instead of 5 years down the road when you're married with a kid. The lady in the story is completely in the wrong, and the boyfriend has every right to know. Anything but telling him the truth is selfish. I don't understand why she's so torn. I mean, she lives a country away from this guy, and she's cheating on him, and she's having trouble figuring out if she should tell her boyfriend. In my opinion, this relationship is not going to last, because clearly the woman in this situation is not faithful, and if I were the guy, I would immediately kick her to the curb after this.
The full version of the story is over on the Am I the Jerk YouTube channel, so if there are any updates or anything that is added to this, that's where it'll be, in the same link. If you happen to be a Twitter user, also known as X, you can check out Am I the Jerk over on Twitter. Right now, it's similar to the Am I the Jerk Instagram, where there's sort of a text version of some of the stories. So that way it's a little easier to catch up on stories if you can't listen to audio for some reason, like if you're at school or work and you can't have headphones. The Am I the Jerk Twitter is a good option if you don't like to use Instagram or Facebook. And beyond that, we sometimes retweet funny things we see. So if you want to see any of that, go check it out.